Hey, it's your boy, Sergeant Hooked on Henshins. Sorry that this review for Kikai Sentai Zenkaiger episode 15 is a week late. I barely scraped by to get that Dino Fury video out last week, the one that was the super long review of episodes 9, 10, 11. And because my voice was not very good. I've gotten a lot of it back now, so very happy about that. But definitely want to talk about last week's episode. I'm going to be watching this week's episode pretty soon and getting hopefully a review of that out as well. But anyway, so episode 15 had to do with this retro world monster. Essentially, its power was to warp things to go back to the older version that they used to be or could have been at one point, whatever. And so we get some really funny bits here. One of the main parts of the episode has to do with Yachan, and there's this little boy who like can't quite make friends with people, and I want to say they make it pretty well known that he's there's like a little bit of dialogue that says that he like just moved there or something like that, and he hasn't been able to make friends or whatever. So he's kind of lonely. But anyway, Yachan meets up with this little boy, and when Retro World starts attacking and making everything all goofy and old school, she kind of connects to this little boy and is like walking her through like how things used to be. And it's kind of cool to get some development on Yachan because she's not a ranger, she's not a Zenkaiger, she's just a supporting cast member, but she gets some depth here. She actually talks about how she used to help Kaito when he was younger feel better about himself and kind of connect with people better. And actually, at one point, Stacy is walking around and sees her, and it reminds him of his mom. So there's kind of a random theory right now that Stacy is related to Kaito somehow, that his parents somehow, either his dad is Brashitara and is evil, or has been forced to become Brashitara, kind of like in Gokaiger with the one general guy that used to be Gokai Blue's friend. And that either mom is dead or she's captured somewhere. I don't know. There's some kind of connection there, and it feels like, I guess with 16, I haven't seen it yet, like they're pushing more towards a redemption arc for Stacy. I don't know where that's going to go. But he at least has a flash of remembering his mother, and that kind of bothers him, but at the same time intrigues him at the same time. But anyway, we get these really funny scenes. The whole team is turned into like retro 70s type like look, everything. Like Kaito has like long like Farrah Fawcett hair and like a disco looking outfit on and everything. Ziron looks the best to me. He's got like this like 90s, like late 80s, early 90s hip hop era type outfit on. It's kind of cool. But anyway, because he's a dancer. One of the absolute funniest parts of this episode, I gotta, I can somewhat forgive the plot not really moving too far forward because we're still kind of building the team up because of how fucking hilarious this show is. This show has such good writing on its comedy, and the joke itself and the follow up, they work and they hit every single time. So there's a part with Zox. Of course, he's affected as well. He's got this goofy like Elvis looking costume on with fringes and stuff. And they're about to fight, and Zox goes, "No, it's okay, I got it." And he pulls out the Gearlinger, and it's just like this like wooden version of it that has nothing. He doesn't even put a gear in it, which is the goofiest thing. He didn't realize this. He goes, "Change Sukai," and my man starts doing his whole Change Sukai dance without the music. He has no clue, none of the music's going. He's going hard, doing all his little, all the dance moves and everything. Not even realizing that clearly Retro World had affected his, Gearlinger. So anyway, and it's kind of funny. I noticed on a rewatch of the episode that Retro World at the same time this is happening is like kind of vibing with them, like, "Oh, cool, let's dance." Anyway, so he's like, "Oh, what?" And he doesn't understand why it's not working, and then he sees that the Crocodile ship that he usually goes around and turns back into a normal pirate ship, and he's like, "Oh, Flint, sorry, Ricky, Katanar, no," and he like runs after them. Kind of weird that it doesn't affect the Ranger, like the Zenkaigers, like their Geatlingers, and make them into pistols or something. But I'm guessing that's a kid show. That's probably the main reason why. But whatever. So they fight the Retro Monster a few times, kind of like sort of lose. Mainly it gets away and stuff like that. Brashitara's involved here and there, whatever. Stacy has a couple fights, I think, but not really. Stacy's more in the background, and it's more pushing towards what we're getting in 16, apparently, with like closer to a redemption arc for Stacy, or at least I'm guessing what they'll do is he'll eventually just end up joining the team. I don't know if we get a new form or anything, but he'll probably eventually join the team. Who knows? But anyway, so they end up defeating the Retro World Monster, of course, and they do the big mech fight and everything. And it also affects them at that point where like it's like messing up their attacks and everything, and they end up defeating him. And it's another kind of coming together with Zach's episode at the end and blah blah blah. And again, the main interesting part in this episode was the whole thing with Stacy and him seeing Yachan and being reminded of his mother. I think that was really important here. The other cool thing was kind of the lesson in the episode, because the retro monster starts like affecting their powers. His power starts affecting the Zenkaigers themselves, and they keep reminiscing, having nostalgia trips or reminiscing about the past. What breaks them out of it, though, it's kind of funny. Even the aspect ratio goes 4:3, and they go, "What? No!" And they break the bars and push the bars away. I love this show so much. The fourth wall breaking is amazing. And Jiran basically is like, no, yeah, the past happened, but the past used to suck for us. Whatever. We're in the now. We're in the future. It's fine. Like we can look back at it, but let's move forward. And I kind of like that. Like nostalgia has its place. It's fun to kind of reminisce here and there about old stuff you've watched or you've re-experienced or what have you. But also it's important to kind of bring yourself eventually back to the reality that you're in now and the time you're in now. And that's important to be able to connect with those you care about and that sort of thing. So I kind of like that lesson. It's not as much of a heavy-handed lesson as we usually get in Power Rangers. Down and Fury has been a lot better with that. Honestly, the lessons in Down and Fury has been a lot better. But yeah, just a fantastic episode. Really, really good moments with the Zenkaigers, their little outfits they had on and stuff like that. And it's just, the show just brings a damn smile to my face every episode. Every episode just makes me just grinning ear to ear. So a fantastic episode. I would probably give it a 9 out of 10 only because I'm starting to just get a little tired that we're not sure where the next big plot thing is going to be for arc-wise, because ever since Zox came into it, it's been more about like giving some one-off episodes to the team members dealing with him, like understanding him and working with him, whatever, and also him learning to work with them too. So I'm hoping that we get some more going forward plot of what they're going to do. I'm hoping that what they're maybe move towards is maybe they go with Zox on his ship to these different parallel worlds somehow. Like he helps him travel to these worlds. And then that's going to be what we do for a little bit. I don't know exactly. I know there's some kind of power-up form that Tukaiser and Zenkaiser are supposed to get. Super Zenkaio and Super Tukaio or something like that. That apparently is this Zenkaijuan something. It's some kaiju, Zenkaijuan, something like that. And apparently it's rumored that it's supposed to be a thing for Stacy, and then Flint ends up stealing it and like basically retooling it for Zenkaiser and Tukaiser use. Maybe it'll be a shared power up where they have to kind of both, like they can't both use it at the same time. They have to take turns or something. I don't know. But some exciting things coming up. Clearly there was the big reveal of the Superhero Senki poster, which will be the culmination of all of the Super Sentai teams and all of the writers from all of their entire histories together, mostly in one movie. Not every single one of them, but a majority, a good chunk. The big deal with that, though, which I'll make maybe a separate video or maybe a TikTok about it, is at the top of this poster, there's two little characters here, and for some reason, they look quite like what we've been getting rumor-wise of what Kamen Rider Revice is supposed to look like. Kamen Rider Revice is the new trademark name for the next Rider season. And it's been rumored by a lot of different people who are fairly trusted sources as far as leaks and stuff like that, that he'll be dinosaur themed, some kind of teeth element to the helmet, the eyes looking that way, something somehow dinosaur themed, him and the secondary, and actually most of the riders in the show. And these two at the top definitely look like that. Now, bear in mind, they've made no announcement about it. They probably would have if it was Revice. Maybe not. I mean, I guess it could be the villains of the movie, perhaps, but it would be really odd if they were and that they looked that similar to what the leaks were, because I'm sure that Toei and everybody knows about some of those leaks happening, clearly. So hopefully that's not the case. But they look really nice. I like their designs. They're very, very unique from what we've gotten so far. And so far, Reiwa honestly hasn't been too bad. I'm not the biggest fan of Saber myself, but I don't hate it. I just think it had some odd pacing issues and didn't quite know where it wanted certain storylines to set and their level of importance to each other, if you know what I mean. So I don't hate Saber. I think 01 and Saber are both pretty good. 01 being my favorite over the two. Pretty good, first iterations into this era. And the whole idea of like the final form being a more simple final form than what we've gotten before in previous Rider seasons. So overall, I think it looks really cool. I'm really excited for it. The movie comes out in the fall, and I think it comes out physically the following year in the like spring or something like that. So um, so yeah, that's pretty exciting. As far as stuff I'm getting soon, I'm still waiting on getting my what's it called? Hurricane Gyro slash Wind Morpher for Ninja Storm. It's coming from like Thailand or something, so I'm really worried I may not even get it. I don't know. It's been sitting in a certain spot on the tracking for like a month, so I'm really worried about that. Um, so is that coming? I'm a huge Digimon fan, which I'm gonna do a little video here pretty soon about that. So I got a pretty nice tag and crest of Ty's tag and crest, the crest of courage little necklace coming. So I'll do a little thing about that. I did recently get my bell driver, as you guys saw the Henshin video, so I'll try and do a Toku toy view on that and all the sounds it makes and stuff like that. Um, Hopefully soonish will be the little like box set thing that comes with the Zenkaiger movie that has all of them together with a bunch of the other Super Sentai Team Reds with them, and then it also has the Rio Soldier small little thing with Nada in it, and I think it comes with the Kamen Rider Saber one with Falcon in it too. Falcon. Um, so and then the special red Super Sentai like gear that has all the reds on it. So once that comes and I get that and I can experience it and touch it and physically have it in front of me from Toku Collectibles, I will clearly review that for the channel as well. That'll probably go under Toku Toy Views as well, even though it's not all the way a toy. Um, and then coming up later after that in the fall, close to the fall, will be the Kamen Rider Zero One Others Ames Project Blu-ray release, along with comes with the Lone Wolf and Serval Tiger Pro Prize keys that'll go with into the Zero One driver to use, get new forms and all that. Or I think maybe Serval Tiger will actually go in the Shot Razor. Anyway, so that'll be that coming up content-wise. But yeah, so like I said, look out pretty soon for probably a Digimon video. I'm not going to be coming like entirely a Digimon channel. It's just another one of my side interests outside of Toku. There's actually a lot of influences it has on Digimon that Toku has on Digimon, sort of. So, yeah, look out for that pretty soon. I'm going to try to review episode 16 of Zenkaiger this week. I don't know if I'll have time to necessarily. I'm pretty busy this week, but I'll give it my best shot. And definitely if more Dino Fury drops, I'll watch that and throw up a review as soon as I can. But thank you guys again so much for the lovely support, the subscriptions, you guys subscribing to me, commenting, liking, disliking even. It's engagement. I don't care. That makes me happy. So thank you guys so much for that. And as always, stay hooked on Henshins. The finger guns ain't never gonna die. Even if I'm sick, they still gonna be here. Bada bing, bada boom. See you later. Bye.